Hello everyone, welcome back in lecture series on topic solid state. In last lecture, we have studied classification of crystalline solids. And you know that crystalline solids are classified on the basis of constituent particles and interparticle forces of attraction. And on that basis, crystalline solids are classified into four different types, that is molecular, ionic, metallic and covalent network solid. Now in that we have studied ionic crystal last time in detail, and ionic crystals contain ion as a constituent particle and ionic bonds are present. Second type, that is covalent network crystal, and it contains constituent particle atom and covalent bonding is there in between these atoms. Third one, that is molecular crystal, and constituent particles are molecules in such a type of a crystal and weak forces of attractions are present like hydrogen bonding. And fourth type, that is metallic crystal, in that metal atoms are the constituent particle and metallic bonds are present between metal ion and delocalized electron. This part we have studied last time. Now today we are going to study the covalent network crystals in detail. So covalent network crystals means what? These are crystalline solids in which constituent particles are atoms, and these atoms are linked by continuous system of covalent bond. Such a crystalline solids are called as covalent network crystals. Examples of this are diamond, quartz, boron nitride, carborundum, fullerenes, graphite. All these are the examples of covalent network crystals. All these are very hard, having high melting and boiling point, and this is due to the strong covalent bonding between the constituent atom. Now in case of diamond, carbon is the constituent atom and each carbon undergo sp3 hybridization and therefore forms 4 sp3 hybrid orbital, and sp3 hybrid orbital of one carbon atom overlaps with sp3 carbon atom of another carbon atom and forms a strong covalent bond. And because of overlapping of sp3 hybrid orbital, and because of this what happens, as each carbon atom forms covalent bond and they arrange in a tetrahedral manner, and therefore such a type of a network structure is formed which gives what? A giant molecule, and because of this they are hard, very hard, and therefore they have high melting and boiling point. So see the characteristics of this covalent network crystal. So first important characteristic, that is constituent particle, and in case of covalent network crystal, constituent particles are atoms. Second characteristic, that is how these atoms are linked. These atoms are linked by covalent bond. Third one, that is because of the formation of strong covalent bond between atoms, these are very hard and incompressible. These are not compressible. Fourth one, that is because of strong covalent bond, they have high melting and boiling point. Strong covalent bond and giant network formation, these have high melting point. Fifth one, that is due to continuous three-dimensional covalent bonding, rigid network is formed, and which gives the giant molecule like diamond. And last one, that is these are Due to this strong covalent bond, and as there is no delocalized electron in the crystal, these are poor conductor of heat and electricity, and they act as a insulator. These are poor conductor of heat and इलेक्ट्रिसिटी. वाय त्याचा क्वेश्चन तुम्हाला याच्यावर येऊ शकतो. तर का असं, तर इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आर लोकलाइज अँड हेन्स these are not mobile, and because to conduct electricity free electrons are necessary, and as the electrons are localized, as they are not mobile, they cannot conduct electricity. So therefore covalent crystals are poor conductor of heat and electricity, but there is an exceptional case, that is graphite is good conductor of electricity, that we will see later on. So these are the characteristics of covalent network, that is constant particles are atoms are linked by covalent bond. These crystals are hard and incompressible. They have high melting and boiling point, and these are poor conductor of heat and electricity, and they form a three-dimensional covalent bonding, and which gives a giant molecular structure. Now we will see in detail the example, that is diamond, because it is very important. Sometimes a question is asked like this, that is why diamond is the hardest material. Or another question, that is draw the structure of diamond. Like this the question can be asked. So you know that diamond contain a constant particle of diamond is carbon atom, and these carbon atoms are linked by covalent bond, and the carbon atom is sp3 hybridized. So 4 hybrid orbitals, sp3 hybrid orbitals of carbon are there, and each carbon atom is linked to 4 other carbon atom in a tetrahedral manner. Just now we have discussed about this. So each carbon atom is linked to 4 other carbon atom in a tetrahedral manner, like this. See here, this carbon atom is linked to other 4 carbon atom, and this arrangement is a tetrahedral arrangement. So each carbon atom is linked to 4 other carbon atoms in a tetrahedral manner. पुन्हा हा कार्बन ॲटम या 4 ॲटमशी जोडलेला आहे, पुन्हा हा कार्बन ॲटम या 4 कार्बन ॲटमशी जोडले. अशा प्रकारे हे नेटवर्क फॉर्म होतं, आणि म्हणून this results in three-dimensional network structure and forms what? A giant molecule. And because of this strong carbon-carbon covalent bond and this three-dimensional network, that is diamond is hardest substance, and it has a melting point near about 3930 degree Celsius, very high melting point, and therefore it is a hardest substance. So there may be a question like this, like that is the why diamond is hardest substance. So you have to write this, and you have to draw the diagram of the structure of diamond. The next one, that is graphite. So see here, graphite also contains carbon atoms, and these are joined to other carbon atom by covalent bond, and each carbon atom in graphite is sp2 hybridized. So trigonal planar structure is there. In case of diamond, carbon atom is sp3 hybridized, but in case of graphite it is sp2 hybridized, and each carbon atom is covalently bonded to 3 other, not 4, to 3 other sp2 hybridized carbon atom, and to form interlinked 6-member, that is hexagonal ring of carbon atom, like this. Each carbon atom is bonded with other 3 carbon atom. कार्बन ॲटम किती कार्बन ॲटमला बॉन्ड जॉईन झाला आहे हा 1, 2 आणि 3. So each carbon atom is joined to other 3 carbon atom and here a hexagonal ring is formed. So these hexagonal rings are interlinked by strong covalent bond. So such a type of sheets are formed and the fourth electron in unhybridized p orbital is used for pi bonding and these pi bonding electrons are delocalized and over this whole layer each carbon atom these 5 electrons are delocalized and these layers are held by these weak van der Waals forces. Weak van der Waals forces of this layer of carbon atom and this layer of carbon atom, these are joined by weak van der Waals forces. Therefore, the distance between these two is how much? See, 340 pm. And this carbon-carbon covalent bond distance is 141.5. So, as the bond length is more, bonds are weak. So, these pi bonded electrons are delocalized over the whole layer and these layers are held by the weak van der Waals forces of attraction. And because of this, what happens? Graphite is soft and good conductor of electricity. Because of this, what happens? These layers can slide over one another and therefore it is a soft material and slippery material. And these are good conductor of electricity because of these delocalized electron in graphite. They can conduct electricity at high temperature. At low temperature, they are insulated, but at high temperature, they are electric conductor. So there may be a question on this point, that is, explain why graphite is soft and good conductor of electricity though it is a covalent network crystal. So graphite is a example of covalent network crystal, but because of the pi bonded electrons, delocalized pi bonded electrons, graphite is soft and good conductor of electricity at high temperature. So here some other compounds, examples of covalent networks, that is boron nitride. This is the structure of boron nitride. It is like a graphite sheet, same structure, but here the constituent atoms are boron and nitrogen and they are alternately arranged like this and they form what? A hexagonal ring. Carbon, this is not carbon, this blue color sphere or colored sphere is nitrogen and this green colored sphere is boron, and in nitrogen and boron covalent bonding is there. Covalent bonds are present between the nitrogen and boron and they join and form such a type of a 6-membered hexagonal ring and sheet-like structure is formed. And these layers, sheets or layers, are joined by van der Waals forces and these van der Waals forces are between nitrogen and boron. Nitrogen of one layer and boron of another layer. Again boron of one layer, nitrogen of the other layer. So like this, the weak van der Waals forces of attractions are there in between the layer. Also, this is an example of carbon atom, or it is nothing but silicon carbide. Its structure is also like a structure of diamond. The silicon forms 4 covalent bonds with 4 carbon atoms. So here a strong covalent bonds are present between silicon and carbon and therefore it is a hardest material. So Now try to answer these questions. First, it is what are for your better understanding. If you solve these questions, then the concept of covalent network will be clear to you. So first, that is what are characteristics of covalent network solid. So what are characteristics? Main characteristic, that is constituent particles are atoms. Second, that is strong covalent bonds are there. Network of strong covalent bond is there. A continuous network of a strong covalent is present in covalent crystals. Third one, that is because of this एकावर एक डिपेंड आहेत त्या. Therefore what happens, they have high melting and boiling point. These are hard, these are incompressible, and therefore they are poor conductor of heat and electricity. Then second, that is question is, graphite is covalent solid yet soft and good conductor of electricity. Just now I have explained. So you have to write what in answer. In case of graphite, you have to write the bonding in graphite. In case of graphite, carbon undergoes sp2 hybridization, and each carbon atom forms 3 covalent bond with other 3 carbon atom, and the 4th electron is used for pi bonding, and these pi bonded electrons are delocalized, and because of this the carbon, that is graphite, can conduct electricity. So delocalized electrons are present, and to conduct electricity, free electrons are required, and therefore these are good conductor of electricity. Draw the structure of network of carbon atom in diamond and graphite. So for the better understanding, solve these questions, answer these questions. So fourth one, that is, are the outermost electron in carbon, outermost electron of carbon in diamond localized or delocalized? What is your answer? Diamond is not good conductor of electricity. It is a hard material. Why? Because the electrons are localized. Whereas what is the main difference between graphite and diamond? In case of diamond, electrons are localized, and in case of graphite, electrons are delocalized. So are the outermost electron of carbon in diamond is localized or delocalized? Answer is what? Localized. So like this you can solve these type of questions. So thank you for watching. In next lecture we will study about molecular solids and metallic solids or metallic crystals.